Attack on Titan seems to be one of those series that you simply can't forget, and perhaps there are a lot of reasons why. The horror of the Titans, the twists and reveals it had, its circular storytelling, its themes, and its characters, with everything seeming to have been almost perfectly weaved together. And so to dive deeper into why we can't forget Attack on Titan, let's take a deeper look into how it started. Obviously, a lot of spoilers are ahead, so if you haven't finished the series, click off the video now. With that out of the way, Attack on Titan started and ended with our protagonist Eren Yeager, an angry and violent German kid that dives in headfirst to help his closest friends, with having a grand dream of growing beyond the walls. Talking about Eren Yeager without talking about his closest friends would be criminal, so let's introduce them. At this point in the story, the closest friends of Eren are Mikasa Ackerman and Armin Arlert, to whom he shares his dreams and aspirations with. The friendship of the three started out with Eren rescuing them, Mikasa from the kidnappers and Armin from his bullies. But now Mikasa is the one that's always saving Eren when he dives in headfirst into danger. The daily life within the walls was not enough for Eren, however, as he dreams of freedom every chance he gets, which was the primary reason he wanted to join the Survey Corps despite Mikasa's differing opinion. To contextualize, the world within the walls have three primary branches in the military: the garrison, which are tasked to watch over the walls, and the people; the Survey Corps, which are tasked to venture outside the walls to learn more about the Titans; the military police, who are tasked to maintain order within the walls. The impossible role of the Survey Corps made them the biggest failure of the three branches, with Eren Yeager seeing firsthand how much deaths and losses are being sacrificed for almost nothing to show for. This didn't deter him from joining the Survey Corps, however, as he sees the Survey Corps as a symbol of freedom and strength of humanity against the Titans, much to the displeasement of his mother, something we can all relate to. On that same day, everything would change. A Titan bigger than the 50-meter walls would appear, dubbed the Colossal Titan, would breach a hole into the wall, along with the Armored Titan, allowing Titans to swarm in and destroy humanity. The walls that served as their safety and comfort zones have been shattered by a colossal problem that they would have to eventually deal with. And so on this day, Eren lost his mother and swore in his anger to eradicate the Titans from this world, every last one of them.
駆逐してやる。この世から一匹残らず。
After this, Eren's dad was a mysterious figure that appeared and then disappeared shortly after giving him the key to the basement of his home. It was also in this moment the beginning of the end has started. 5 years later, the main trio of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin would join the cadet ship in the military to join the Survey Corps. As they are about to graduate from their cadetship, the Colossal Titan would suddenly appear out of nowhere and bring about hell once again. The Colossal Titan would kick the gates of the wall once again to create a path for the Titans to enter. This act threw the entire government into chaos, and so the cadets would have to regroup and be assigned to their respective squads. Eren and Armin were put in the same squad, but Mikasa was put in a separate one as she is the strongest of them all. Eren and Armin's squad was full of cadets who were inspired by Eren to join in the Survey Corps. And so to some extent they were excited yet afraid to battle the Titans. But their excitement was quickly extinguished. When Thomas Wagner was eaten, Eren dove in headfirst and managed to get his leg eaten. The other squad members followed suit but had their entire bodies eaten instead. Just as Armin was about to be eaten, Eren remembers a past conversation of how Armin opened Eren's eyes to the possibilities beyond the walls, of the feeling of what being free and what being caged felt like. Eren, as someone in all of his strength, managed to save Armin and pull him out of the Titan's mouth, sacrificing himself in the process. Little did everybody know, Eren himself is a Titan shifter and would rampage in the city destroying the mindless Titans. Once it has become known that Eren was a Titan shifter, some had hope, some felt despair, while Eren felt the doubt of everything being relied on him. And this has been a constant theme of the story. He had to shoulder the burden of carrying the boulder to the hole. Get it? Shouldering the boulder. Never mind. He was the trump card of the Servitor not only because of his Titan powers, but also because of the key to the basement.
彼によって巨人の進行を阻止するのみならず、巨人の正体にたどり着く術を獲得した。
Ultimately, he also has to face the decision of being betrayed and whether to fight back. But the rest of it is history. Now in Season 2, this is where things started getting real. You realize Isayama planned everything from the beginning, seeing the face of a colossal titan inside the walls. You realize that the walls were not there from BS reasons of ancient architecture and engineering, but because of the presence of titan hardening, much like what Annie did in the first season. And from here on, it's pure epicness. The appearance of the Beast Titan and the havoc it brought upon the Servitor, the insane reveals we had in successive episodes. Whoa, Ymir is a titan. Oh, Krista is a royalty. Oh, her name is Historia, and one of the best reveals in all of anime.
最後まで責任を果たすことだ。
The ending to this season though has spoiled the ending of the series. We see Eren being able to control titans after touching a certain titan, and we saw colossal titans within the walls. What would those possibly mean? Season 3 parts 1 and 2 pretty much answers those questions. Tar 1 strays away from the epic titan actions we have been used to in the past 2 seasons. Instead, it focuses on the world of Attack on Titan, the side characters that gained our interest but knew little about. We started getting to know more about Levi and his circumstance with his mother and Trenny, Erwin with his father and his goals and dreams, Historia and her past, all having significance in the progression of the story. In Tar 1, Eren was also left broken in spirits as he learned that the Titan powers he had wasn't special, and he just got lucky that it was handed over to him.
5年前にここでこんなことをしなければ、お前の姉ちゃんが全て何とかしてくれるはずだったんだろう。親父が巨人の力をあるべきところから盗んだせいで、一体どれだけ人が死んだ。とても俺は償いきれない。どこかで自分は特別だと思っていたんだ。だから他の兵士が俺のために死ぬことも仕方がないって受け入れた。巨人の力だってそうだ。あれほど憎んだ巨人も自分の体だとすんなり受け入れられたのも、その強さは自分のものだと思いたかったから。それこそ弱いやつの発想だ。これからどうする？壁の穴が塞げるようになったからって、それで人類は救われるのか？俺は特別でも何でもないのに。でも本当についてないのは人類の皆さんだ。俺なんかが切り札でよ。
And we also can't forget one of the most underrated episodes in the series, the episode Bystander, and it's crazy how we think we'll be one of the main characters in the series when we get isekai'd into a new world, but more than likely, most of us will just be bystanders like Keith. So do we have to be special to be worth something? It's a question that perhaps haunts us even as the viewers of the story, and to some extent, it's worth thinking about. but what's important is to continue pushing forward despite these doubts, and that's what our characters proceeded to do. Tower 2 then rose back to the Titan epicness that we are used to in Attack on Titan, arguably the best tower of the series. The tower started out with the Servitor going into Shiganshina, with our main cast putting aside their fears to pursue their dreams. When they arrived at Shiganshina, however, they were ambushed by the Titans they were about to face, starting with the Armored Titan and the Beast Titan. And so the Servitor would be split into two groups. One fights the Armored Titan directly with Eren and Levi's squad, and the other watches the Beast Titan with Erwin and Levi. It was in the battle with the Armored Titan that one weapon invention would change the course of Titan battles from here onwards. The Thunder Spears deployed by Hanji Zoe would obliterate the armor of the Armored Titan, almost killing Reiner. But Reiner being Reiner, he was able to survive getting his head blown off and managed to give the signal for the Beast to throw Bertolt into the battle. The tides of the battle would immediately change after a failed negotiation with Bertolt. He would transform and obliterate the Servitor on this side of the wall.
こんなにも残酷じゃないか。
leaving only the 104th to take on the Colossal Titan, with Reiner slowly recovering back to form. In a panic, the 104th would try to slow the Colossal Titan down by all sorts of half-hearted strategies, which ultimately resulted to Eren being flung on top of the wall for the scouts on the other side of the wall to see. Speaking of the other side of the wall, the Beast Titan would start throwing rocks at people just like what a monkey would do. The monkey is big, and so the rocks are also big, and so that would equal danger, obliterating the Servitor on this side of the wall. It would take the courage and speech of Erwin to hype up the recruits to charge straight into hell and be the decoy for the Beast Titan. Imagine the trust and faith of Erwin on the Servitor. He just saw Eren being flung on top of the wall, their trump card unconscious, and now they are being backed into a corner. Instead of running away as Levi suggests, he proceeded to lead the charge and be fatally wounded as a result. The recruits would sadly be wiped out just as Levi reached the Beast Titan, and the rest is history.
Captain Levi's dangerous. Nah, I'd win. Shit!
Oh, did I mention that the recruits were wiped out? I was wrong. Our canon fodder was able to survive. Flock Forrester. Going back to the other side of the wall, Reiner have started to move once again, so Armin strategized that him and Eren would take on the Colossal Titan, while Mikasa and the rest takes care of the Armored Titan. Once Armin reached Eren on the top of the wall, he feigns cowardice so that Eren would buy into his plan, and once everything is ready, Eren falls down, and that signals the beginning of his strategy. He would clean into the Colossal Titan's teeth as he burns to near death, while Eren was hardening his Titan and sneaking behind the Colossal Titan.
耐えろ。まだ離すな。エレンに立ちすんだ。僕の夢、命、すべて。僕が捨てられるものなんてこれしかないんだ。きっとエレンなら海にたどり着く。海を見てくれる。
The plan would eventually be a success, but Armin would gain the ability to say the N-word. Mikasa and the other 104th would use the Thunder Spears to take down Reiner, together with Hanji, who was miraculously alive. And with that, the Titans have fallen. The Beast Titan would eventually meet with Eren, but would only be able to save Reiner in the process due to Levi traumatizing the hell out of him. The remaining scouts would then be faced with a difficult choice. Armin have started to breathe once again, and Eren wants Levi to use the Titan syringe to revive him. But just as Levi was handing over the syringe, Flock comes into the fray carrying the dying body of their leader, Erwin Smith. A heartbreaking fight would end up taking place, but ultimately, Levi decides to put Erwin to rest and chooses Armin instead. Erwin would die, and Armin would inherit the Colossal Titan. After settling down and having a dialogue on what happened, the cast would proceed towards the basement and finally, after all the years of struggle, find out about the outside world. But the outside world wasn't like the world they have been dreaming of. It wasn't a place of freedom but a place of further oppression, them being regarded as Eldians or the spawns of the devil due to their race being the only one capable of turning into titans. And being an island full of Eldians, the world within the walls is regarded as the island of devils by the outside world, making continuous efforts of trying to wipe them out, starting with the breaching of the walls to retake the founding titan that is capable of controlling all titans. And so after all those struggles and dreaming of the world beyond the walls, they are faced with this harsh reality that wiping out the titans would not free them, but rather, the outside world sees them as titans that need to be wiped out. If the world is our enemy, then would wiping away the world mean the freedom of us?
向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか
So what made Attack on Titan so unforgettable if what I did was just recap Season 1 up to Season 3 Part 2 of the series? The characters and the struggles and themes that they explored, to me, is what makes Attack on Titan so unforgettable. Sure, the epic reveals and fight scenes add to that, but how the characters were able to overcome their struggles in their own way was the highlight of the series. And perhaps a lot of them were relatable. Armin and the way he talks about his dreams, Erwin's speech, Levi's stridence, Keith's Shadis as a bystander in your own life, and Eren where throughout your childhood, you see adults as having the freedom to do whatever they want, and when you actually reach adulthood, you realize that only a select few of people actually have the freedom to do whatever they want. I would not be talking about the post-time skip of the series, as that would warrant a video of its own due to a lot of its complexity. So let me know if you like this one and if I should create another one. With that being said, that's it for this video and see you in the next one.